All right. Hi, Carolyn. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
So, you live in Mexico, yeah?
Yes, I live on the Pacific coast in Mexico, in a city called Mazatlán. It's very popular with tourists and Canadians, actually.
Okay.
My husband calls it Canada South. There's so many Canadians here.
Are you originally from Canada or are you from the States?
No, no, I'm originally from New York. Yes.
So, what made you decide to move to Mexico?
Affordability, and at the time we were living in Phoenix, and we really just wanted to get out of the desert, you know. And my kids were finishing with school, so we just decided to come here. It's driving distance to Phoenix from here.
Oh, I see. Okay. Is it a big issue to cross the border a lot?
Well, it's not that close. I mean, it's 2 days drive, so we can cross the border. The border is officially it's only for essential travel right now, but crossing the border is okay for us because we're U.S. citizens. If you were, say, from Ireland and in Mexico and you wanted to cross into the United States right now, I don't think you would be allowed to. So it's strictly essential travel. Mexico is not restricting people very much. In fact, that's why recently there was a U.S. senator who just came here to Mexico to Cancun for
Oh,
a holiday.
cruise.
It
I
made a
saw I
big
saw
stir.
that. Yeah. I
Yes,
did see that in the paper.
yes, and that's because Mexico is not restricting anybody.
Okay. No, I didn't know what the border situation was like because you see things on the news and you see thousands of migrants trying to cross over in some places, but they're not crossing at the port of entries. They're trying to cross into the open areas, I think.
I don't know. I've never seen any migrants the whole time I've been here. I don't know anything about that really. I do know that some people do try to cross illegally through the desert. It's very dangerous, and many of them die of thirst.
Oh, I
So
bet. I bet. I mean,
yeah, no, it's very very dangerous.
I've
I don't.
driven around that area and it's pretty bleak. And in the summertime it's about 140 degrees. So it's
Yeah, it's.
yeah,
I don't recommend it. But
definitely
yeah.
not. So you've got some books to promote. How many books have you written? Children's books, right?
I have 10 children's books that I've written and four that I've just illustrated. And then this this book today that I have, this one is the Gift from Little Raccoon, and it is it is my 10th book. So yeah, and then I have children's comic books. Those are, I don't really count them as children's books because they're books that they would have to read themselves, not read aloud sort of thing that parents, engage their child with. So,
Okay. Can you hold that one
but
up
yeah,
again? Hold it
sure,
up for a
sure.
little longer.
Okay.
The Gift from Little Raccoon: A Pandemic's Tale. Okay. I assume that's about COVID.
It is. It is. I also have some of the art from it. These are the watercolor paintings.
Oh, well, those are nice.
Yeah.
Did you do those?
Yes, I'm an illustrator as well. I went to the School of Visual Arts in New York City. So it's a story of the little raccoon is concerned about his friend, the girl, who, as you can see, wait a sec, excuse me. As you can see in this one, she comes out and feeds the animals. So he considers her their friend. And he's worried because she's inside all the time. She's not coming out, not even for school. So he wants to get her a present. So to make her feel better.
What's the age range for this book?
I would say 0 to about 5 years old, where you're reading aloud to your child. I What I realized, the reason I wrote this story was because for children that small, they are at a point in their life where they don't really remember before the pandemic. This is their life now. So I wanted to make something that related to their life and what was going on. For me, I remember last year pretty well, and I remember the year before that and the one before that. But for small children, a year is a really long time. So I wanted to connect with them and get something out there that connected with them now and what's going on now.
So what is the message for kids?
The message for children is to take care of each other and to take care of your friends. In the story, all the animals bring different presents for the little girl. The crow brings his shiniest spinning top. The blue jays get these pretty stockings from the clothesline and bring them to her. And it's mostly just a story to help bring joy back into her life and to help each other through this time, and how we help each other when our friends are having a hard time.
Okay, I don't have children, so I don't have a reference point for this, but do you have young children?
I raised 3 children. My children are not young anymore.
Okay.
They're older, but children sometimes, I also taught art in school, elementary school age group, and children sometimes, they need to be encouraged. They have empathy, but they need to be encouraged to act on it. And that's kind of what I wanted to portray.
Well, I guess the reason I brought that up is because I wanted to get your take on how you think this pandemic is affecting young children, because I don't have a reference point. I know how it's affecting me and how it's affecting my friends.
It's affecting all of us,
right?
I'm pretty sure.
But it might be a different perspective from very young children. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think that there's a lot of things going on for small children. Small children in the last 10, 15 years, every year would have birthday parties. They would have their own birthday parties, and they would have parties that they would go to and participate in. They have all kinds of school events. They have, everything is interaction. Everything is being with their peers, and they don't connect with their peers as well through Zoom. They don't connect with their peers in any of the ways that adults can do, through the phone, through less contact, interactive ways. And I think that's hard on small children. They learn a lot by playing together, and they're not having as many opportunities. I think people are trying to work out ways for their children to see each other, but it's hard and it's risky. I know someone with 2 small children who their family has now had COVID twice, and the mom, who I'm friends with, she has had debilitating issues from getting COVID twice. It's just, she's still hoping to get over it. The kids bounce right back, but they're super contagious. They're super spreaders when it comes to COVID. So it's risky. You need to bring them out there. I think it's really hard on the parents. It's really hard on the children. It's a difficult time.
Well, it is. And one of the points that I've been making with people on the show is there are people who advocate going to online learning as a sort of permanent new normal once the pandemic is over. I'm great on online learning for university level forward. I think at that point it's a fantastic tool for people, especially who are older, who maybe want to go back and get an advanced degree after they've been working for a while. But for K through 12, no. I think that it is essential that the kids that age, first of all, get out of the house to give the parents a break, because most parents both work these days. And if the kids have to be home to do homeschool and online, one of the parents is going to have to stay home. And most or many families can't afford to have just one income, right? That's one thing. But the other thing is The other thing is the socialization aspect, the idea that it gets the kids out of the house for 6 hours a day. They're interacting with other children, with other adults, away from their parents. And I think that's healthy because, let's face it, we all grow up at some point and move out and get on our own. And we're not going to live with our parents for the rest of our lives. So the younger you start, getting them away from that, I think, is a better idea. And I could just see more problems than benefit to the online learning for K through 12. What do you think about that?
Yes, the benefit is they don't get sick, and then people aren't getting as sick. And I think that, unfortunately, right now, that's definitely become a priority. I think when everyone's vaccinated and we have things under control again, absolutely, they should go back to school. I absolutely agree with that. And I think that I'm so glad my kids are older now, because I would never in a million years want to be put in the position that the parents today are dealing with. I don't know how we would have dealt with it, and I don't know how people are doing it. Or even if they are handling it, some of them I think are cracking.
Well, yeah.
But yeah.
I understand the necessity for it right now, but my argument is with these people who said that this is a great opportunity to convert away from the brick and mortar schools, and I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, no. And I was an art teacher, and teaching children art through Zoom, through Skype or whatever, it just doesn't. It's not the same. You can't interact. You can't hand them the materials, the proper materials that they need, the right amount of things. There's so much that you need to be there for. That I don't know. I don't even know how teachers are doing it really at this point. Yeah, no, it's very hard on teachers too. And yeah, no, I think the biggest worry is that so many children are actually failing in this environment. They think that online school should continue, and it has been there. It's not like it hasn't been there this whole time. People have been doing online school. It's just that it puts a lot on the parents, and a lot of parents can't do it. So, yeah, no, I don't think so. I think there has to be on-site schools.
I think there could be some online, but I think the primary primary place for the education should be at a school, away from the house.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. We're all looking forward to when we can go back out.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to this.
And to be out there again.
This virus being history, that's for sure.
Yes, yes, that would be great. And to, make sure that we're all ready for when something like this happens again, because it does happen.
Okay, well, we do have to wrap this up. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Where can people find your book?
The best place is Amazon.com. It's on Kindle and paperback.
Okay. How long has your book been out?
About 4 weeks now. Not very long. It's a very new title. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and